Hi, welcome to Socializing for Robots. Today's video is going to be on talking to adults. Now, probably when you were a kid, or if you're still a kid, communicating is pretty obvious. You say what you're thinking, the other person hears that, thinks of something, and then says something in response. But for adults, it's a bit different. So usually, step one is to hear what the other person is saying. Step two is to figure out what they meant by what they said. Step three is to think of how you feel about that and how you want to respond. And then step four is to organize and package that information so that it can be delivered to the person you're talking to. Normally it would be just talk, respond, but it's like this. So, a little more in depth. First, you hear what the person says. So this is obvious. So this is just listening. What words did they say? Did they choose stronger words? For example, did they use the word upset or did they use the word mad? Did they use the word now or soon? Even though these words are similar, one might be more urgent or pressing. That leads into figuring out what they actually meant. This is easier the more you meet the person. For example, if the person is usually cranky in the mornings, they haven't had their coffee, and they say something maybe a little bit mean before they had their coffee, if you are listening to them and you know more about who that person is, you can kind of interpret what they actually meant from what they said. Step three is to think about what you actually think. So that you're in your brain now, you're just thinking about what you actually think about this. Then step four is to have a response that explains what you think, but to the audience you're talking to. So for example, let's say you wanted to go for a walk, but the person you're talking to is not a morning person. So you hear them say, "I'm never going for a walk again." That doesn't literally mean they're never going for a walk again. If you know that person, they haven't had their coffee yet, what they actually meant was, "I don't really feel like walking today. Let me drink my coffee and I'll figure it out later." Thinking, you might think, "But you promised to go for a walk. I thought we were going for a walk. Let's go for a walk because you promised." Four is, you might be thinking, "You promised." What you should actually say is, "I understand." Because knowing your audience, being upset and demanding things isn't going to do anything. So there's many different examples, but again, step one is hearing what the person said, like word for word, kind of like a text document thing. Two is analyzing kind of what they said in context of what's around you, who's around you, what's emotional state is that person in. Three is thinking about what you want to say, what you're thinking, how you want to respond, and then four is responding to your audience. Good luck out there.